Arab population here was also almost nothing, right? And they started immigrating to the land during the time of the British Mandate to work under the Christians, just like they immigrate to Europe today, the Arabs. So don't imply that the Palestinians were, indigenous. No, of course they were the majority. Yes. Yeah. But they recently came to the land because they immigrated.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone immigrated from the land. I mean, from somewhere. I'm pretty sure they have immigrated.
Of course. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that if you've been in a place for most of 2 generations, 3 generations, you have feeling like identity. And these people living in that land for a few generations, they feel like this land belongs to them. And I'm not going to go back to history.
So big
and
deal.
all of a sudden, they see all
the
of these people
1880 census showed less than 400,000 people.
Yeah, but
in the combined land of what is today Israel and Jordan.
But you got
that place was basically empty.
What?
I'm sorry,
exactly.
but that's the reality.
I know what I'm saying.
Well, Soren, let me just. I do under. If this is what Soren is saying, I think it is perfectly rational and reasonable that you're going to get nativist people that when
overlays,
as soon as they see an influx of people, even if, and of course maybe their ancestors had only been there for a couple generations, but when they see a bunch of new people come in, and they're just not going to like it, and they're going to, there's a chance they'll be hostile to it. That's kind of a natural reaction that you'll get in any population.
That's my point. Yes, I mean that's how.
I don't understand. I haven't been on the app.
Well, you could. I mean, for example, like Californians have been a real problem in states like Idaho and Montana, where I have family. A lot of, I mean, it depends. Can you say like "fuck off"? I don't like.
You jerk off in your FaceTime.
I didn't defend her. I'm just saying I didn't. Shuki, I just said I didn't hear anything with your ears. Shuki, you can tell me what you want to say without yelling, because every time you yell, you don't hear anything that you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't hear it. Breaks up every single time you yell. The audio is not clear. I don't hear anything. I don't know if it's just me or anybody else too. Just tell me what you want to say, but you don't have to scream.
You defending her by saying, "Oh, I didn't hear." If you didn't hear, that means what?
I'm not saying
I'm lying. That means either I'm lying.
I didn't
say either I'm lying. Either I'm lying, either you don't believe.
I didn't say that, but what I said.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Also, it's stupid because Al, or is that M. Kapara? Yeah, my bad.
That's Kapara.
My bad. M. Kapara is still. They're talking over each other, and it's just so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know why Abby and Elle hangs out with this stupid kike like Kapara. She's so stupid.
Whoa.
You know what? I wish Nora went to fucking Toronto and fucking throw battery acid at her.
Holy shit, you fucking F-word, N-word.
Yeah.
Spoken to her a lot.
I wish Rick was in fucking 9/11 and he went straight to the Twin Towers and flight 9/11. Well, at least he called him Rick. Eric Daniel Molester. Eric Daniel Molester.
The fuck hold you to you blind? You don't see that I'm
Maybe,
what you're doing?
hold on, Shuki, maybe because I saw Tea Time in the room and I wanted to talk to her.
It was your house. It was your house.
No. The only time. No, Shuki, hold on. What room in my house?
Oh, okay. So it was the room that Tea Time, I think, took over because you had to leave and Shlomi was there, and then
I had a facial and a massage, for over 2.5 hours, and I didn't even go back after. I didn't see her in the room at all when I was there.
You were in the room and she was the mod.
I didn't want anyone.
No,
the only person I modded, Shuki. The only person I modded was Tea Time. That's it.
No, not in that
room. I have glasses, but I don't see right. You're right.
Oh my god. In my room I opened, Shuki, the only room I opened was called Amir and his lies, and that he's brainwashed, because Amos came in and said something wash brain, so I changed the title. That's it. And the only person that I modded was tea, and I promise you, Abby was not in the room.
She was.
But not
I saw
when I was there. When I came back,
She was a mod.
oh my God, because you're talking about Abby from Las Vegas, Shuki.
No, I know Abby has Abby Abba.
Abby,
He's talking about you, right, Abby? Yeah, he's talking about you.
God.
no,
Abby has Abby Abba.
Hold on. Can I just speak?
How did you piss this guy off, Abby?
When I came back, I came in the room. Rafi was telling me, okay, that somebody modded Nikki, and now what's her name? I forget her name.
Wow, I should have your back. She really doesn't have your back, Abby.
No, this was 2 days ago. It was the King Shooky room.
How do I know when I'm at an appointment getting a massage and a facial who's being modded in my room? The only person I modded was T, and if she or somebody else got modded, okay, like I don't have control. I came back to a totally different room where Abby from Las Vegas, okay, was modded, and I don't ever mod her. Nikki was modded. There was like tons of people that were modded, but I promise you, while I was in the room, Abby, the Abby that you're talking about was never in the room at all. Zero. So I don't know why you're saying that you saw me talking to her. I didn't.
Good morning, the Michelin Man for RNK.
The only person, okay, that I spoke to Abby in that room was Abby from Las Vegas.
100K.
I don't know why I have to defend myself like this.
Anyways, that's some bullshit. Bullshit lollipop. It's a bullshit lollipop.
You triggered him.
I know. He will die.
Come from the sky, take away everything and make everybody feel high. But it...
This is so boring. You guys want to talk about Zion?
All right, I'm done trolled. I've done lolled. And I'm ready to go and do more trolling for you.
Come eat this pussy, nigga.
Can you cut your penis off and put it in a jar so we can do ass to pussy and pussy to ass? Pussy?
I mean, do you want me to pickle it?
Pickle that jar. Pickle it.
I heard that's what they do to trannies. After they cut off their penis,
They
they put them in
do.
pickle jars.
They pickle jar it.
They pickle jar penises. I heard it makes great fucking seasoning for the LGBTQ sandwich.
I know how David was like, you didn't say his real name.
I know. I really don't believe he went to fucking that place because he doesn't have the balls to go to that place. Brock, are you gonna eat this pussy, nigga? I wanna have sex with Brock. I want Brock to fuck me. I know, I want him to fuck me.
Using Robinhood Gold to get 4% APY high-yield cash. Sign up now.
You are using apple cider vinegar the wrong way. If your goal is to lose belly fat, you...
Who listens to Christian music?
All right, everybody. Lao Tzu is out of here.
Bye, nigga.
No, most of them are what do you call it, Baha'i.
Yeah.
And they had to flee, religious persecution as well. It was kind of, but you're seeing the same thing with the Christians even.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you're more confident God, you saying God has a higher chance of existing than a leprechaun?
I'm saying God is a much more wild, concept.
You mean the motherfucking universe is hard to understand?
Bro, relax.
The infinity of the fucking galaxy?
Who's so rude? Yeah, I'm saying it's like saying that does some super intelligent alien species that can move planets around exist. I have no fucking idea. Like, I can't tell you yes or no.
That's what
So he's saying the opposite. He's saying that it's more likely that leprechauns exist than God.
Yeah, that's what
He knows. I explained it. I think he understands.
Yeah, I understand it, and this is my follow-up. How do you define God to begin with so you know that?
Well, how do you define leprechauns to begin with to know that?
Oh, it's a magical humanoid that has a red beard and red hair and is shorter than most men in Ireland, and he controls
Ireland.
Isn't it well?
Yeah, in Ireland. No, so like,
yeah, he's in Ireland. Yeah, they're not here. They're not everywhere.
Well, I mean, no, leprechauns can be everywhere, according to my definition.
And you find them at the end of a rainbow, right? So
rainbows exist.
And you
I think they come from the beginning of the air rain.
Okay. Well, yeah,
I mean, the ends of rainbows don't exist. You can't get to the end of
red beards.
The end of the rainbow doesn't exist. Prove it.
Yeah, rainbows. We have all these priors.
Because when you walk towards a rainbow, you're never gonna reach it.
We have a lot more.
I don't know. If you reach it, you find the leprechaun.
Okay, you guys. So tell me about God again. What does he do now?
No one.
If you're lucky, you may get to return to your country, Korea. You may not be able to return to your country. Jews can return to our homeland. No more negotiation. No more conversation.
Are you done with your verbal diarrhea and your mental?
You have bathroom issues. Take your bathroom issues to the bathroom, including your mouth, Korea.
All I said is that
Sorry, this is a warning. I'm a moderator. You're interrupting people. You have dominated the room for over an hour. You just said that Jews are not welcome in the countries that they've gone to.
Hey, Mr. Nice Guy.
He said that. So
Karen,
one more lie, Soren, and I'm kicking you out of the room. It's up.
But I don't think you want to do that because he is the only interlocutor that is like arguing with everybody.
I'm right here.
So that's why we're kind of putting up. Jack's here.
Hey,
so,
I like Jake. Jake is cool. I like Jake. Yeah, I just want to stand with my fellow Arab Jews today because two of them got shot in Miami. By this guy who's a Jewish white man. In my PTR,
we don't have white men Judaism. We're not racist.
Two Arab Jews. It's pathetic. He shot.
We don't have Arab Jews. We just have Jews.
Well, he killed them because he thought they were Palestinians. He said.
Who's that animal, Jack? Can you tell us who's that animal?
This animal.
We don't call people animals like you guys.
Two Palestinians and shot at them 17 times, but they turned out to be Israeli.
How many times did it really sad? Seems like you're spreading goodwill wherever you go, Jackala.
You already know, Norm.
Well, no.
Everybody loves you.
So there was Israelis that were telling me on here that, especially if you look at the first generation that was there after 1948, that the Jews there absolutely did see race. In fact, the Middle Eastern Jews were kind of a little bit discriminated against, and they didn't really approve of they would consider interracial marriage.
We didn't see race, it was culture. If you were European, you tended to gravitate towards Europeans. If you were French, you gravitated towards French. If you were Italian, you gravitated towards Italian. If you're Romanian,
you're going to tell me these people don't look. You're going to tell me
the Middle Eastern. Has nothing to do with race.
You're going to tell me Are you going to tell me that Steven Spielberg looks like a Yemeni Jew?
If he put on Yemeni costume, he'd look like a Yemeni Jew.
No.
My wife looks like a Yemeni Jew. She doesn't look all that different.
I just want to be
His wife is a Yemeni Jew. You couldn't tell her from any other Jew.
Wait, hold
You guys don't know what you're talking about. You make up stuff about people you
That's
know nothing
bullshit.
about.
If you look at Israeli television, you see the people walking on the street. Half those fuckers look indistinguishable from Arabs. I mean, that's not what the average American Jew looks like.
From Arabs.
Okay,
Okay, this is enough. People are interrupting.
Thank you.
I want to invite.
Jake.
Well, tough. I'm a moderator. I want to say hello and welcome Yasmin. She said she was a victim of Sarin who wouldn't let anybody else speak. Yasmin, I'm glad you're back. Would you like to speak? Because I kicked him out. So please go ahead.
She's gonna be like Judge Judy, strict, stern
Yeah,
Jewish
you guys
woman.
gotta have a little bit of Soren free time.
Yasmin, speak on my PTR at least.
He kind of looks like you, actually.
Shut the fuck up. Wait, is
another white boy trying to hijack the black people's cause?
Wait, is your PTR? Is that really
Michael Jackson?
No, this is the guy who shot 2 Israeli Jews. He's a Jewish white man. His name's Mordecai Brothman. He thought they were Palestinians.
We don't have Jewish white men.
17 times. That's not nice. Well, what was in Miami last night?
He kind of looks Jewish in the face, but
Okay, one person at a time. Stop stepping over each other.
Thank you.
Or I'll kick you out.
Okay.
Respect whoever is speaking. Do not interrupt.
Okay, with all due respect, one quick question. Why are you having that person's face on your PTR? You just said. Because he shot people 17 times. He's like one of these like. But that's a bad thing. Why would you put that person as your PTR? You gotta make him famous so this stuff doesn't happen again. Raising awareness. Tell us
because
why.
he's trolling Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of Arab Israelis and Jewish Israelis who go to Miami every year. This type of thing is unacceptable. It's just, it's against the law for one, but as against the law,
he's trying to make a juxtaposition regarding, them Arabs and Palestinians are kind of like always called terrorists. Now he's pointing out an example of a fucking Jew that ended up killing other Jews in an act of terrorism because he thought they were Palestinian. That's the whole point. It's a troll.
Yeah, 17 shots, man. That's crazy. And the Jews who got shot said that they thought it was like Arabs who shot at them, but they found out they were last night, unfortunately. Why is that funny? Why is that funny, Jake? Because when you get shot,
the light and other
the Arabs, all this shit, and then you realize you shot you. They thought you were Arab. It's ironic.
Is that really his picture, or is that just a picture from an ex?
Nothing to do with it being a male.
Well, I said he, and you agree.
Why are you trying to say it's not a he?
Like you want me to
be
silly.
You know more about it than I do. You should have corrected me when I gave it a gender.
Really bad tactic, bro.
Well, why didn't you correct me when I gave it a gender?
Give it a gender. It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
I think that's what he said. Come on.
You think we think that God is a man? Do you think that we believe God is a man? Like he has a gender?
No, Allah doesn't have a
Sunday. No, he doesn't. Okay.
There's like some mysterious gender that we don't know.
Not a human being that he needs to have a gender.
Okay. Well, then why do you call him he?
I need to even answer that.
And that's just shallow bullshit. See how silly it gets? Because I asked you to tell me how to answer correctly when someone asked me this 12-year-old level question that you say it is about the beginning of God's thoughts. Right? So you want me to take on, I want to be smarter about God's thoughts. Right? So when I talk to people like you in the future, I don't sound so dumb. Tell me what the right answer is.
Talking about God's gender after going from a first mover and causation, like why? Wow.
Okay, so you're telling me I should say, hey, the first mover is an agent and it decided to create.
Yes.
Okay, so I should say it was not perfect, that's why it changed.
Why are you positing that?
Well, why would it change?
It wills to change.
Yeah, but why would it change its mind?
I don't know.
Okay, well then you're agnostic
You
about
want
that.
my
I think you should have an
personal-
answer.
you
to
want
that, dude.
my
Why aren't
personal
you
answer?
getting
I'll give you
deeper
my
into this
personal-
knowledge of how God does stuff?
God
Have an
God
answer for whether or not he wanted to change
his life is actualizing his potential.
Yeah, he wasn't perfect, so he needed some change.
No. There's nothing.
Oh.
No, that's silliness. You can't prove why.
Well, I'm not proving it. I'm just being logical.
It's imperfection. You gotta
Look, I'm being
make an
logical.
argument for that.
I'm being
No,
logical.
No, you're not.
I'm being logical. Yeah.
You gotta give a syllogism. What is
Okay.
What is your
If
first?
something
What's
is
your second- what's your
perfect,
conclusion?
I'm giving it to you. If something is perfect, it does not need anything. Therefore, it doesn't need to change.
Why?
Because it's perfect.
It doesn't need anything, and it can bring about change. What's the problem?
Well, it wouldn't need it, and it wouldn't do it. Why would it do that? It
Why?
would go from
Why?
perfection to something
No
else.
one's talking about need. You're saying I'm perfect, hence
Yeah, but you're giving it agency.
I'm not allowed to exact change.
Yeah, but you're giving it agency.
Why? Why is that the case?
Because you're giving it agency. I'm going along with your story.
I'm giving it agency, sure, but that doesn't mean that it brings about change because it needs something. Where is that coming from? What is the logic behind that?
It desires it.
Why? I mean,
because you said it
even
chose to create.
Yes, it chose to create because
Okay,
that's
why
the
would
only
you
way.
choose something
That's
different
that's
than
the only way we can deal with a universe that has a beginning, that isn't eternal, with and a first mover that isn't eternally acting. The only
do you want to rescind any of your positive claims about it?
This is agency. Now, why it acts? Yeah. Why is it doing this? Why did it decide to create the universe at a specific?
Well, we've come this far.
That's not up to us.
So you're gonna stop
now, I
there?
can give you a personal philosophy.
Okay, so you're
where
done
God
digging.
actualizes his potential, eternally goes about in his life actualizing his potential, but that's as far as I can go with this.
Right. So you're gonna stop philosophizing and metaphysicalizing
No, a spiritual
there.
guy.
Because you've come this far, and here we are. Now we're in a place that you don't like. There's tension.
No, bro.
Ditch the effort, right?
No, you're trying to find a
go
place.
with that.
Assuming it's a
I can't
place
think
I
any
don't
deeper
like.
than that.
No, he's speaking to the point that it makes sense to him. He doesn't want to. He's not claiming to like have.
Right. Remember how he condemned me earlier for not having.
Condemning you because I asked you a basic question about a
this
first
is what a
mover.
12-year-old knows about.
Yes, a 12-year-old.
Remember that, Cedric? See, it's almost like you have selective hearing. So what's going on here is all I'm doing is
you asked if I'm retarded because I didn't ask if I know what a horse is. Like everybody, we little the other person.
It's simple.
Something
is, if I go to a 12-year-old and I'm saying you've been bouncing a basketball all your life, okay, the basketball is bouncing for all your life. There you go.
Yeah, what? I'm sorry. How did you
If I'm doing something for all of eternity, there needs to be a response.
Why are you making him bounce a basketball, dude? What's that?
I don't know. I'm trying to break it down to a 12-year-old.
Okay, well, why don't you
help you understand that a 12-year-old can understand this?
Okay, well, yeah. Well, look, all we've done is gone further than I was comfortable going and making assumptions about the nature of God.
Son,
then you went
got
further.
schooled.
Then I wanted to go
and you
further
tried to
with
gaslight
you.
us. That's all.
Hold on, I'm still
you got
speaking.
schooled again when you stopped at the first mover, and you were like, "I don't know," and then I was like, "There you go." So when you say, "I don't know about the first mover, whether the first mover has agency or not," you are technically saying, "I don't know if God exists or not." That's all. So you're an
No, I told you that I called
claims that you're an atheist. You're not an atheist.
Okay, ready? I told you I'll claim that the first cause is God. Okay, and then you asked me, do you think that it can, create eternally? And I said, act eternally, whichever, same thing, right? Because you can't tell where God's acting or not.
Existence or not. It's one of the two.
You can't tell. That's the thing too. You can't even tell if God's acting or not. All you have to go off of is creation. God could be acting in other ways, and you're just unaware of them.
Now, either God is eternally acting, or we don't even need to call it
exactly.
God.
See how you're making
call
these
it
claims?
First move, dude. You're just trying.
All I'm saying is I'm agnostic about that. You're such
dude. You're panicking.
Then I asked you.
You're trying to gaslight. You're trying to grasp on straws.
Better at answering this
question. If you can't deal with the first mover argument, you should not be discussing atheism or trying to make a positive case for atheism. If your whole positive case for atheism is religion sounds ridiculous, why? Because of my intuition. Let me repeat this, and very clearly for you, as I have repeated this several times, son. You are a retard.
Okay, so let's just go back to the conversation.
Let me ask, I don't know, Does it? Maybe human reasoning is irrelevant in this question, but I still want to, just investigate a little bit. Like, do you think it makes sense?
Is this another retarded question?
What the fuck are you gonna investigate?
That the universe has always existed.
Why don't you just show us by experimentation or tell us the answers?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking the person who's always asking stupid questions.
Who was that?
Anybody who asks questions, they're generally pretty stupid.
What the fuck? If you ask questions, you're stupid. I was just wondering, like, does it make sense to think that the universe has always existed?
Just the guy in the chat. You haven't actually. That article doesn't prove that. Oh, there's bacteria on Mars still.
I don't know. To me,
maybe
like,
you should go read that article, Johnny.
I don't know. To me, it does seem like the universe isn't eternal.
You don't know about eternity or infinity? You didn't learn that in math school? You don't know the truth of the earth.
Wisdom, you sound very intelligent, man. So it's
Thank you very little.
Like if you look at like the Big Bang, how the universe did expand, which that's how you get the singularity if you just go backwards.
Something was there, right?
The singularity of the one?
It does seem like
the all?
Something,
That's what's expanding, Cedric, because something was there to expand, right?
I know, but like, so what you think that
is there a center of the universe?
Just sitting there, like, I don't know. It feels like something must have caused
that
situation.
Is there a prima causa in the infinity and the eternity? And is there a center of the universe?
Do you think something thought to compress it?
I wouldn't know the
okay, so there's no
workings
agency.
of it, obviously. I'm just
agnostic
going
on
backwards.
agency, right? And Cynic is not agnostic about agency. He's Gnostic and positively believes and claims that something had agency and then chose to create, chose to act.
But I guess that makes sense.
It's called the will of the universe.
He doesn't know it, like, we don't actually know it, but I can see why he would choose that perspective.
Why? Okay, if you can answer to me why I chose this to believe in this, then
I ain't got my gong around. I ain't gotta tell you why. I gotta get my bell.
Why are you being so combative? So, like, I'm just saying.
Because I think you're a retard too.
Okay.
Well, welcome back to the room of dumb people talking about nothing, wasting time.
Like,
I think it makes sense. Wait, let me answer. I think it makes sense to you.
Doesn't mean
I think it makes sense to you. That's why you chose it. So tell us, am I wrong?
Yeah, you wrong.
No, you're claiming you understand why it makes sense to me. So why don't you please?
That's not what I was saying, bro. I was saying I think I know why you chose it.
Okay, there you go, repeating it again.
Ah, shit.
Because it makes sense to you.
That's it? That's your only answer?
That's what I think. Yeah, if it didn't make sense to you, I don't know
why does it make sense to you?
Is anybody even talking about anything anymore? I got the feeling we're just talking and talking. Nobody's actually saying nothing. Moderators, can you step in here and help adjudicate?
You said something about first mover and, all that.
Prima causa, infinity and eternity.
You want to talk, Wisdom? I know this is...
Yeah, I think you're all a bunch of fucking retards and morons. This is a low IQ room talking about nothing, wasting time.
And again, we responded to you a million times.
So you're a retard.
Why are you here wasting time?
I'm here filming a movie about stupid people, low IQ people who talk about nothing and waste all their time.
Why would you do that?
You gotta make a living somehow.
So people are gonna watch people just waste time. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, why do you do it? Why would people watch something so stupid? I don't know, but they do it, baby, because it's called communication.
Okay, so you're giving good reason why we're doing this communication. So, but you're calling it stupid.
Yeah, because your ideas are stupid. You like talking about words.
I mean, we have to try, right? People actually make an effort to understand things. If you think it's futile, then, I mean, I don't know why.
All right, well, then go ahead and tell something true. Tell us something profound. Let's hear it.
Like I said, we can make an effort. That's what we can do. I'm not claiming that we have the answer. That's the whole point, bro. You make an effort, and maybe you might get to something.
But you haven't gotten anywhere, then, have you?
that's fine. That's part of the process. Like I said, you don't seem to
So
understand
it's a forever process of unveiling the truth of the earth. Got it.
Yes. If you don't start, how are you ever gonna get there?
Do you believe in the future and the past, Cedric?
As in like concepts or like actual physical things?
Yeah, well, what's the difference between literal and conceptual?
Well, it means that it wouldn't, like, if, do I believe the future and past is like real things that exist that you can go back to or you can, you know, move forward toward?
Well, what's the difference between a Snicker bar and the sixth toe on your right foot? One of them exists in the real world, and one of them doesn't. That's the difference between literal and conceptual.
And what's the difference between a boy and a man?
For example, a hermaphrodite is conceptual because there's never existed a human being with a pussy and a dick. There's no such thing as a hermaphrodite. That's a concept. Now, many people will look at pictures of a woman with a huge clit and say, that bitch has got a dick, but it's not a penis. It's a clitoris. So thus, a hermaphrodite is conceptual. But your retardation, like cynic, that's literal.
This guy is funny.
This guy's ridiculous. So yeah, I answered your question. I think the future and the past are.
All these guys are circus clowns. They're all circus clowns. They can't make arguments. They can't showcase.
The funniest thing is that everybody's calling the other person a retard.
Shut the fuck up.
That's the funniest
You're yapping so much, Cedric, and you haven't said anything.
Yeah, you cut in while I was already talking. It's funny how everybody thinks the other person is a retard.
You should have stopped flapping at
That's hilarious.
No, clown. I don't know, clown. Your mouth should have stopped flapping.
Why are you like?
Because you're still talking for no fucking reason. Why are you
so
still
upset,
talking?
man?
No, because you're low IQ. That's why. It triggers me. It triggers me that you still think you can talk. Either you're trolling us or you're just so stupid that it's beyond. Like I need to save you from yourself.
No, I don't think you're saving me. I think you're just being triggered. You're being emotional.
Yeah, I told you. I am triggered. I'm telling you, you're either an idiot or you're
Do you think a room
us.
full of people calling each other retards is like a?
Yes, you're retarded. Just accept it. But because you literally, I don't know. I don't know. Why do you talk so much when every time we want to come to a conclusion with you, it's I don't know.
I was talking to someone else, bro. He was asking me a question.
I'll lay it on
you. Just want to like yell.
This is America. This is why we have the fucking 40th rank when it comes down to
people ask questions and then other people answer. That's a problem.
40th in the world.
And other people can't like stay on mute and they gotta yell and scream about nothing and then they get mad.
What are you asking about? What are you asking? Are you telling me you're asking questions now? What is the question?
I was answering. You don't even follow the
You're actually gonna answer a question? Oh my god, amazing. That doesn't.
Yeah, I was answering this question that I think the past and the future are conceptual. You're not literal things. So that's what I was gonna answer.
I don't know, right?
Why are you so mad, bro?
I just want to hear an answer that doesn't involve.
Just expended all of this energy just being angry for nothing. Like I didn't even insult you, nothing. You're just like angry.
This app shows me how much people just can't get along. I swear.
That's the point. This is called a roast of stupid people. Have you ever been in one of Honey Badger's room? This is his web of despair. He is a spider that has attracted soulless flies flying into a web of hopelessness. So they argue about nothing, waste their times. They're not productive or strategic or tactical or intelligent. They just come here to waste time and be stupid.
And when the wisdom comes in to do the same thing, while complaining about it.
But do you know the funny thing about life? No one looks for everything. I'm stupid. No one reads the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, and identifies themselves as the person who is lacking or who it even speaks about. Because I know.
Take the fucking taffy out your mouth, mate, before you talk to us. We don't want to hear you eating, Mackie.
Sorry, I've got a jammy dodger in my mouth.
Yeah, please.
A jammy dodger?
Yeah, do you know what
we
that
don't want to
is?
hear you eating and speaking, but
at home.
Pretty gross, you know.
But
Do you do stand-up comedy? Wisdom. When I'm saying, do you do stand-up comedy?
Mute him till he's done eating.
I'm finished, homie.
Okay, so what's going on now? What's going on?
Absolutely nothing. Just like about an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, same thing. Nothing.
I was trying to pin Cedric earlier.
What's going on?
Right, Cedric. I was trying to pin Cedric or Cynic, and I did. And he just won't concede that he has like no justification except for calling me a retard and saying all this crazy shit.
You pegged him.
You literally stopped at first mover. I don't know whether it's an agent or not.
I said I don't know.
The universe has a beginning. I'm giving you I'm giving you a scenario. If the universe has a beginning, what does that mean about the first mover? You're saying I don't know. You're telling me I don't have the efficient IQ to fucking come up with a dichotomy. Like that's what you're saying.
Well, no, I'm saying I don't really think about that. I'd have to get back to you. I mean, I guess I could say no, it doesn't have an intention behind it.
Okay, but then you have to make an argument. Why not?
Because it seems like that would require a mental state.
If a universe has a beginning and there's a first mover,
yeah, it seems like.
What does that mean about the first mover?
I'm explaining it to you. You asked me. If you want me to answer, I'll answer. I think that if you say that it has agency and an intention to create, then that means it had a mental state. And I don't believe that things that are that base had a mental state. But you do.
That is later on we can discuss. That's irrelevant to my.
Okay, so to make a choice.
What does that mean? What does that mean about the first mover? Does it have? Are you saying or not? If the universe has a beginning, if the universe has a beginning, that means the first mover is not eternally acting. What does that mean about the first mover? What's the only conclusion that you could come up with?
Well, again, I said I was agnostic about whether
but there
or
is
not.
no. I didn't say what you believe. I didn't ask you what if you were to give me an answer.
Honey, is this time your first time talking to Cynic the retard?
Hold on. Yeah, Cynic is being pretty retarded. As soon as I start making sense, he butts in.
Son, you're not answering my question, and you're calling me retarded.
Yeah, you're being retarded.
Why? Okay, but why?
Okay, I'm gonna explain it to you again.
All right, go.
So, you asked me if the first mover could be acting eternally or not. And I said, you know what? I don't think about deep things like that, right?
Dude, did I ask you that, you fucking ape? You're a fucking white ape. That's what you are.
Repeat again what you asked me about the first mover.
I'm asking
That's
you about
racist.
The universe has a beginning. What does that
You're
mean
racist,
about the
Cynic.
first mover?
A white ape, you racist. Stop repeating yourself. You sound like a schizophrenic.
Shut up. Go.
Did you just call me a K word? Did you just use a racist epithet and call me a K word?
Shut the fuck up. You know, actually, you wish. You're another white ape, too.
A white ape? Apparently you're smarter and more superior than us.
Clowns. I know all you have going into these rooms is a circus, and you try to bring as many clowns, and then now you brought in the clown car. So let's just get to the point of it.
So you asked me what I know and what it means if the first mover cannot act.
This is a pure lie from him, but I will unblock, don't worry.
Start from me.
Pure lie from you, sir. A pure lie from you.
Start from me.
A pure lie.
Unblock me now, right now.
You're already here.
No, you
don't
were
need
not
to be on.
moderator. When I got into this room, you were not moderator. That's why I couldn't
Okay,
manage to get
thank you. Okay, enough about you and me now. Let's go back. Enough about you and me.
Elnoro, please release Soren. At least when you're moderator, I didn't give you the mod. But
I know. I didn't ask for it, by the way.
I don't know who gave you the mod.
Okay, guys.
I didn't ask for it. By the way, I don't have.
Wait, don't let someone make you guys fight over fucking Palestinians. Okay, someone is blocking someone, just unblock them and move on.
Okay, next conversation. Thank you for your contribution.
There is no
next conversation.
Palestinian here. Everyone's Zionist here, Amos. Did you see that? Everyone's
That means you're a Zionist, sorry? Wow, welcome to
No,
our
because no one can see the room.
Okay, but what is your point? Let's pretend everyone here is Zionist.
Okay, then if you want to circle jerk, that's fine. Do it, and I leave.
I couldn't see the room also until I was
The question is,
in it.
why aren't the Palestinians opening up a coexisting room? He's not answering that one.
That was a good one. You should have asked him that a few minutes.
They have a room right now. It's called, kill all the Jews. That's what the room is
called.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, let's kill all the Jews. That's what the room is called.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Yakov is so disgusting.
Anyway, soon I go to sleep, and I just want
okay for
to.
Palestinians, but it's not okay for the Jews. Okay, got it.
Yeah, what's up?
They don't even know what kike means.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Doesn't it mean circle or some shit? I don't know.
Exactly. That's all
Yeah,
it means.
I think it's like circle or something.
When
the Jews came to Ellis Island, they did, many of them didn't know how to write their names, so they
Food lover.
circle. It's
A lover of food.
an X, and they said, "What is that?" And the Jews said,
hold
"It's a kaikola, which is a circle."
Yeah,
actually, I heard about that. That's very true. It's called
Hold
a
on,
kaikola.
we have Matt Goodman. We have
Goodman.
Oh, David is, he's had a few too many on this Sunday, but that's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Why should this day be like
Monik Shana Halayla.
Yeah, exactly. Why is this day like the others? David,
Why don't we have a chat room, Amos?
I just got the most insane jacket. And I wear this with all
Joseph's amazing Technicolor Dream Coat.
Wait, Louis Vuitton?
No.
Yeah, it's Burberry.
No,
Price
that's
point?
not the jacket.
Price point?
It's not the jacket.
No, everybody has Burberry.
It's definitely Burberry. I can tell.
In this picture.
No,
it's
I hope.
Ooh, flex, double flex, Burberry.
In this picture, yes, it's Burberry. But this
Everyone
is
can buy Burberry. That's very easy.
Let us see the new one. I want to see it.
I don't have a picture of me. Oh, give me one moment.
I heard UNRWA is giving every last Gaza way out.
Wait, what's that around your neck? It's like with the Palestinians. Fingers is just
I found out what's in the good.
He's like, no, it's Burberry. Can't go. It's called a balaclava. No, not a balaclava. That hides your face.
It's an infinity scarf. It's very simple.
I like it. I think it's nice. It's great, but what do the Palestinians call it?
I found out what's in the goodie bags.
It is a
For the record, the girls love it. The girls love that.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I'm not going to lie. Did you see that spoof, the Jewish guy spoofing, and
yes,
he's pretending to be a Hamas guy? He says, "Hold on, I got a goodie bag for you, and thank you for being our."
Wait, that's what they call. That's what they call Matt Goodman, a goodie bag.
That's funny, but listen, I found out what's in the goodie bags.
What was it?
It's a snow globe of Gaza.
No way.
You shake it up, and there's little rubble floating around. And also, it's a T-shirt.
Too soon, Randy. Too soon.
I was held as a hostage for 480 days, and all I got was this crummy T-shirt.
That's not funny.
Oh shit!
Wait, they're giving out commemorative snow globes to the Gazans on their way out?
That is disgusting joke, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of.
Oh my god.
But Randy, have you seen the All Eyes on Rafa poster?
Disgusting.
Have you seen that poster? All Eyes on Rafa. Look at the mountains in the background. They're like the Alps. Somebody obviously doesn't know.
I want you
there are no
to look in the mirror and look around your house, Randy.
Right, David?
Know how grateful you should be to have a home and not to be kidnapped or taken away or your family shot because you were blessed to live in America. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm telling you what's in the goodie bag. That's a different topic that you're on.
Okay, so the goodie bag is a good thing because we need to remind him not to do that October 7 again. So, dust ball would be better choice than actually a fucking, snowball.
Look, we did give them a pile of concrete that they can, Yeah.
That can be good. That can be a good reminder not to do a fucking October 7 again and don't fuck around again.
Yeah, fuck around, find out.
I do not want to get into an argument with Dr. Baby. Could you imagine getting into?
I would like to get in a.
She would take my shit apart.
Baby's feisty. I wouldn't do that.
I would like to get in a heated physical argument with Dr.
No, I'm talking an emotional argument.
Well, yeah, we should leave emotions.
Matt, if we go to a physical one, believe me, you're gonna be shot dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Matt, you'd be dead.
Don't turn me on like that.
Dr. Baby.
Oh damn. He said, "Don't threaten me with a good time."
Don't. Yeah. Say that one more time, please. Thank you.
Who's this Matt? Wait.
Who is this Matt? He's.
Is this the guy who pretends to be a rabbi?
No.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll do that and then they believe it. But yeah.
What?
I'm surprised you knew that actually. Wait, what?
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 Oh my bad.
We lost our leader. What happened to?
Guess what? I am your leader now.
Okay, you took over.
I am king.
I like it.
I am God.
I love it. I
am Jesus Christ himself.
Inshallah.
Jesus Christ.
Yasmin, who's in the stretcher?
An Israeli guy.
Who was one of the captives, or just someone who survived an attack?
No. He got shot in Florida.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Wait,
that.
what happened?
Yeah, that's a crazy story. You have to post it if you can.
Hopefully they
the article.
What happened, bro? Tell us the details.
No, tell us. Come on.
Yeah. Post the article.
There's some guy. Somebody had to put. It's confusing, but apparently there was a guy who's Jewish shot 2 Israeli Jews.
I think they were Palestinians.
So, yeah, something like that. It's a weird story. I can't really make sense of it.
Why don't we just?
I don't believe that story. It sounds like
I
bullshit.
don't believe it too.
Why don't we just name
There's
them
an
all?
article about it.
I know, but
Yeah, I seen it.
wait. Yasmin, you couldn't speak Hebrew to them and be like, hey, can you do the shema for a second?
Why don't they
Right.
call them all what they really are? I don't understand why they have to label it 2 Jewish. It's just Florida men. Okay, Florida man.
No, the guys were from Israel. The guys that got shot at were from Israel. This guy's an American.
Yeah, Florida man shoots at Israelis.
Right, like all you have to say is Florida man, and everyone
Florida
knows.
man.
Oh shit, yeah, it's like normal.
Because why did I assume their gender? Because Trump is president. I can assume anything now.
Yeah, that's true.
A 17
If someone
shot
looks like a
fusillade.
man, they are
A
bad.
17 shot fusillade. I love that word, fusillade. From a shooter with a semi-automatic handgun sent 2 people to the hospital after an encounter
Semi-automatic
Saturday.
handgun.
Yeah, that's a crazy story.
That's a crazy way to describe a handgun. Semi-automatic. There's no automatic. There are automatic handguns, but
Well, standard magazine for like a Glock 19, which is like
Actually can be automatic.
is generally 17 rounds.
yeah, you can modify it.
They just gotta put a little switch on there. A switch, yep.
Yeah, it's illegal, but
I
you want
understand.
a 10-year
It's
film.
okay, but it is proper to say semi-automatic handgun.
Yeah, but that's like redundant.
Wait.
Right.
What do we know about this Jewish person?
As to
Maybe
what
he was
ignited such
anti-Zionist Jew type of a guy.
Hold on, here.
We don't know.
As to what ignited such an attack on Pine Tree Drive, the arrest form details Mordecai Braufman in the police interview room spontaneously stated that while he was driving his truck, he saw 2 Palestinians and shot and killed both. Braufman didn't kill anybody. 1 person was shot in the left shoulder. I guess that's the guy that Yasmin has. Police said that the other person got grazed from the forearm.
Right.
So a Jewish guy thought.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, look at his face too. His face looks like, I don't know.
Yeah, he looks like a joker.
Law enforcement sources didn't say whether or not people shot were Palestinians, only that they were visiting from Israel.
What do we know about this American Jew?
He's like smiling too. He's all happy.
Yeah. What do we know about this American
the fact that you would just open fire just because you thought 2 people were Palestinian kind of shows that something's probably not. He's probably not all there.
Yeah, I mean, look at his first name. I mean, that should explain it all.
What's wrong with his first name?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, that's like very telling.
Mordecai is a very, very Jewish
What's wrong with that?
It's very telling.
What the fuck, man? What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying, like, he looks, like a very healthy man. That's it.
Would you say his first name is very telling? What do you mean by that?
No, like, he sounds like, have you ever came across Mordecai in your classroom in grade school?
Yes, I was a teacher, and I had several Mordecais throughout my tenure.
How many?
3, 4 out of a couple.
A couple hundred, right?
No, but many Jewish students. I taught in a Jewish school.
Yeah, so it'd be
more
like maybe like
some more
3%.
Is a name like that?
About 10%.
What is the nickname for Mordecai?
Morty.
Is there one? Morty.
Morty, yeah, Morty.
Morty.
Yeah, I like Morty.
No, that's not a good nickname.
I've never met Mordecai.
Is it two Mordecais that I know are nicknamed Morty?
Yeah.
Morty.
My uncle was Mordecai. His nickname was Morty.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin is Morty, so.
This is who I think of when I think of Mordecai.
Oh, what? You putting up a PTR?
Yeah, from Family Guy.
Oh, wait, from Family Guy?
Isn't that Family Guy?
Is that Morty?
No, it's Rick and Morty.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's Rick and Morty. That's not Family Guy. That's right. It's Family Guy. That's funny though. Yes.
That actually reminds me of Irish people.
Oh, fuck.
Where's the eye from, Laozu?
It's the all-seeing eye of the
Was
universe.
from a movie, or is this you made it in AI?
Yeah, I used which one did I used Google AI. Kind of reminds me of Yael's bleached asshole.
No, I was just jumping around.
We seem to be in every room together.
No, there's some in the tiny room. Sorry, guys.
Maybe it was the weather that got to him.
I'll be honest, I'm very optimistic about the situation in Israel and Gaza and West Bank or Judea, Samaria, whatever you want to call it. I'm very optimistic that humans are going to get along, because if Clubhouse demonstrates anything, it's that we can all get along in peace without punching each other in the face, as long as we're separated by cell phones.
Hey, do the Rodney King. Oh, we're leaders.
Or as long as your iPhone is not
I want you to remove all the Palestinian you're blocking in my room. If somebody is a moderator in my room, he cannot block. And if someone block, please go down.
Oh yeah, I unblocked everyone. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't block anybody ever.
No, not people without. I'm talking only about the moderators. The moderators I'm talking.
He's
okay.
David, I noticed all your one-syllable words.
Okay.
You rise at the end.
Yeah, he said there's some moderators that block some people. I don't know.
He is trying to tell Alnormo in a nice way to not be moderated.
No, I don't block anyone. I never do that.
Good deal.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you too. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
How do you say I love you in Arabic?
Like in a friendly way. It's a friendly way.
No, you're gay and he's, I don't know, maybe he's
No, it's like brotherly love. Like I tell my brother I love him,
Yeah, exactly.
Do you brotherly love the BJs too?
My Blue Jays when I was growing up? No, I don't care about them.
The Toronto Blue Jays, yeah, they're a great team.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any birds now. I don't have birds as pets.
I love birds as pets. I had two
Almost got
budgies.
pissed
Is that what the little birds are called, Yasmin?
What's it called? Budgies.
Parakeets, yeah.
Oh, parakeets, yeah. They're very smart. They're very cute too. They have nice little cheeks.
And then I had lovebirds. The two that sit next to each other, like they won't move. Like one moves 2 inches, the other one moves.
Yeah.
I don't get the my friend
it's
had
very cute. Very cute. I love it.
My friend had a what's a parrot? He had a parrot, and it's like what the fuck? What do you do with it? It just sits there.
You
and just
feed it.
I would just teach it. I would just teach it bad words all day long.
Yeah, but it's like there's nothing to do with it. It's like it just sits there.
Why would you come on Clubhouse every day?
Reel where
Let's be
a
respectful.
Brazilian guy taught all of his parrots. He had like 30 parrots, and he taught them all these like hatikva, how to sing hatikva, and
Yeah, like no offense, but like any friend of mine who has like a parrot or a bird, I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
as opposed to
No
someone
offense.
who
I
has
know. I
no
agree. I
vice.
agree.
Like they suffice just like anything else. People enjoy it, so they put money
David,
into
you
it.
see, some people try to,
If you
you
have a
know,
dog,
get
that's
laid.
cool. If you have a cat,
Oh,
maybe.
wait. So what's the difference between having a dog and having another animal for your pleasure?
Yeah.
What's the
Be
difference,
respectful,
David?
please.
It's
Well,
arbitrary.
I don't know.
It's arbitrary.
I can't
Listen.
put it.
David's
sometimes
asexual.
The birds can be very smart. Like you can teach them how to talk and stuff.
You know,
Yeah,
crows
but a
can
bird
solve
comes with bird
problems.
shit, bro.
Yeah,
You want a bird?
Yasmin, why do you keep playing all these gay PTRs? It's disgusting.
That's not me. I didn't do that. What do you mean?
That's Yasmin.
No, it's not me. Oh, it's a baby now. I know. They're trolling. I swear I didn't do that.
Faggots.
Let's be respectful.
I think
Can we please coexist with men that want to stick their penises in other men's booty holes?
I
Right.
don't want to see it, brother.
Like there's some girls who want to stick a plastic piece of thing in
Whoa.
there. You know what?
Whoa,
I didn't
whoa.
say it. I didn't say it. What? Like we're not. Who are we to judge them? You know? Like
What?
Right, like if a lesbian wants to do that, you know, that's leave it up to the lesbian. You know.
yeah. Like yeah. It's fine. It's whatever.
Who
It's
am I to judge a
Valentine's Day.
lesbian?
Come
I thought
on.
you were supposed to be Catholic,
Don't be
David.
hateful.
No. I'm not Catholic.
Steve.
I'm Muslim.
God made Adam and
Let's
Eve.
be
Man.
respectful and spread love.
Adam and Steve, let's go.
Yeah, I like that actually. That's very funny.
I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
bet
just
you
kidding.
like
If you guys want
that.
to be gay, just
Who says that?
Wait a minute, were Diego and Nora technically trying to coexist?
When I visit when I go to church and when I visit the Pope, definitely no Adam and Steve. That's definitely a.
Well, the Pope is also
yeah.
kind of a hypocrite because they molesting little boys. So come on. Let's keep it
Well, also like Muhammad also molested a couple of people. So.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
I don't know. It just makes me feel better saying that Muhammad also did something.
So wait,
bad.
if coexistence doesn't work out, what's plan B?
I would say just like taking care of your birds, though. Like your pets.
Birds, you mean?
The bird being a metaphor for liberty?
Yeah, of course. That's what the eagle is. The eagle symbolizes freedom.
Eagles won the Super Bowl. Let's go.
There you go. Even better.
Is a dragon technically a serpent and an eagle mixed together to make an imaginary thing like Palestine?
Actually, that's a good question. I don't know. What is a dragon? Is a dragon a serpent or a reptile?
Dragons are like hermaphrodites. They don't exist in the real
Are
world.
you retarded?
Yeah, might be a little bit.
No, I don't think she was saying you. Maybe him, the other guy.
You do realize there's no such thing as hermaphrodites, right? No one has ever been born with a penis and a vagina. History has documented that it's just an enlarged clitoris.
Are you saying someone or like are you talking about species in general?
I'm saying I looked it up, whether or not a human has ever been a hermaphrodite. It's not true.
There is plenty of plants that are considered.
Not in humans. There's two genders, male and female. There's no trannies, no hermaphrodites.
Alright. So
seahorses.
Yeah, seahorses. What do you think about that?
It's called autogenesis. You know, you're like a snake. You can go fuck yourself.
I love seahorses. They're amazing animals.
I'm watching the Daytona 500 because I love America. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go, America. Your boy Trump was there.
Yeah, Trump.
Was he really?
Oh shit, dude, this is so intense. They're going. These boys are going fucking 200
going
miles an hour,
around the corner.
6 inches from one another.
I must have missed the after party. Damn.
Why is it 6 inches?
Look at this shit. These guys are fucking flying.
Wait, hold on.
I got a driver cam. This guy's going 187, and he's like literally 3 inches from the other car. That's fucking.
Matt Goodman. I want to place a bet on one of these guys. Let's go.
I ain't betting on race cars.
I'm still waiting to see the new jacket. Just saying. People don't go to sleep tonight.
Here you go.
No, sleeping.
The world is in chaos, Amos. We need to coexist now.
Matt Goodman, like, they're so close together. It's like it doesn't make sense.
It's scary, bro. I'd be fucking.
It's like Gaza and Israel.
100 miles an hour and just like that close together. Fuck that. No way.
All right, check out this jacket. Check out this jacket. Coat. PTR. Dano. So fucking fresh.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, is that Montclair? Wait, who is that?
It's a Prada.
Where's it made? China?
Dude, so I have the Prada store on Fifth Avenue. Like I have a stylist.
After the success of tonight, I open every night I sing Coexistence.
I'm not gonna admit, like I have a credit for in Prada.
Yeah.
Good.
I need to utilize it. Yeah, for sure.
No,
You have a stylist, David?
Actually, I like that shirt with the white collar.
Yeah, flex. Let's go.
That's Ami Leon Dior.
I love it.
It is. Great street run.
Change your name, King.
The children in Gaza don't even have jackets, and you're sitting here in a vain, egotistical manner talking about your fashion and your stylist?
He has the same name as Shuki. Shuki also put his name as.
Yeah, I know Shuki. He's my best friend. I know him.
If Shuki is your best friend.
Look at these boys go. These boys are fucking flying. This guy's going 193.
Place in my room.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, okay,
he's okay. Sometimes he has a different opinion, but it's no problem.
Ja, קוראים לזה עבד כמלוך.
I'll wait until when there's 2 laps left, and then it's getting interesting.
I'm watching Kyle Busch right now and what he's looking at. Oh my God.
Kyle Busch.
This is Norman Finkelstein, and I am appalled that in a room about coexistence, you racist Americans are talking about Daytona 500 and trying to enjoy your lives and not think about the racism and the apartheid state and the genocide. The genocide. The genocide.
He is the firstborn of every creature.
Do you want me to stay, Amos?
You think you can sleep free without talking? You need to say, "Hi Amos, how are you?
Hi, Amos. How are you?
You have a nice room. I come to support you in your room."
It's a beautiful.
I actually came to support my
that.
Jewish friends.
Dr. Baby, I don't know you. Where are you from, Dr. Baby?
I'm from.
These boys are driving so fast.
Planet Earth.
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch going he's got an RPM of 8,300 right there, 8th gear.
Is that good or bad? I don't know.
That's good.
I'm about to put a $300 bid in if you want.
He's on 13th. He's gonna get past me. He's gonna take the inside. Watch this. Watch this turn 3.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Oh! Wait, he's making that. No, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's very close. Oh my God, that was close.
These
Though.
boys
That was
are
really
fucking
close.
zooming.
That was crazy.
188.
Tomorrow's the same
Make a move,
time.
brother.
12 o'clock, you come here. I go now to sleep.
The president of the United States is still there?
He's gone, brother.
I don't think he's there. He
Probably
probably left.
got so fucking bored of this shit.
Yeah, he left.
He came in. He was like, "Yeah, I love NASCAR."
He coming. It was actually so badass they did a flyover of Air Force One. That's fucking.
At least he was awake for it, though. I would give him.
He praises dictators. For one day. I honestly said for one day. He didn't say forever, but he said for one day. He last time he was in office, he joked about Xi and him being a lifetime appointment and said how that would be nice. And then, as you can see, he get in office right now, and all he's doing is doing executive orders. You say he's doing everything he said he's going to do. That's not true. He said he was going to end wars. He hasn't ended one yet. He's actually trying to amp one up in Israel. And
He actually trying to destroy Ukraine, give up territory, and saying fuck Europe. And on top of that, like the executive orders he's doing, like he has the House, he got the Congress, but he's not even attempting to legislate. Like he just literally like trying to wield a pen to what he wants to make it seem like he's getting done. Like any president can go in there and sign executive orders on what they say they want to do, but we all know executive orders might be unconstitutional. They only as good as your term in the White House, because another president can overturn it. So what he's doing is all lip service. Like but he's showing that his will is to be a dictator. He's not trying to get Congress to do their job. He's trying to expand executive reach by with the executive orders and by firing government officials, CIA, FBI. It's absurd what he's doing.
Well, Hakeem, respectfully, America and Russian delegates are meeting in Saudi Arabia to try to hammer out a plan for Ukraine, right? That was a very... I know he said he'd get it done in 48 hours.
But Ukraine won't be there, though.
But let me finish. I know Ukraine won't be there. Ukraine doesn't need to be there. Ukraine is in so much debt to us. We got to dictate the terms. That's one thing. Hold on, let me finish. As far as Israel, Gaza, bro, he got hostages out. He got the hostage. It wasn't Biden who got them out. It was Trump's team who got them out. And they continue to, hold on, they continue to come home, right? And not just that, he supports Israel 100%, whatever their plan may be, if they don't give over the rest of the hostages.
You say he supported Israel 100%, but yet he claimed to be America first. That's not America first. Like he's a hypocrite. He's dishonest, and he's a dictator. Like what? And he didn't. The House to deal with Biden. Biden deal that he proposed 8 months ago, and that's not Trump's deal. And like what Trump wants is what he said. All the hostages, or I'm gonna like Trump wants to like bring hell into the Middle East is what he said. That's what he want to do. And he just might do it. I mean, like the dude. I mean, but forget that. Let's talk about the dictator part, though, Jay. He's not governing. He's not using Congress. He thinks he has power. He's telling the judges they don't have power. What he's doing is unconstitutional, and I don't see how anyone with a rational mind can ignore it.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to find out when those cases get to court how unconstitutional they are. But 10 has been patiently waiting. Let me go to 10 then. MGK, nice PTR, by the way. 10, how you doing?
Just remember this.
I'm going to remember this.
Remember this, brother. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you have to understand. Trump is at the control. He's at the control of that very, very constant in our entire existence. So he has been corrupt from a very long time ago. So him having this kind of absolute power, he's going to be susceptible to even more behaving like a dictator and an authoritarian government. You understand me? If you guys understand him getting hostages out of Russia, we know that it was a slow process. Biden started it. But remember, he's a dictator-minded kind of guy. And dictators love each other, and they will talk, and they will exchange things, right? They will exchange prisoners. They will. What did Russia get in exchange for that? Do we know? We don't. You understand me?
Yes, we do. Hold on, Ted. That's cap. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. Biden exchanged a famous basketball player for the merchant of death. America under Trump exchanged a cyber criminal for an American teacher. I think Trump did a better job there. Okay.
Right. Yes. Yeah, of course. So the deal is this. That is just the surface, right? He did not initially say what Russia got in exchange, right? Why? If it's such a simple thing, he would have just immediately said it, but he didn't. Now, guess what? Now, check this out. Why isn't Zelensky at the table at these negotiations in Saudi Arabia or wherever? The negotiation is between those two parties. is not between the U.S. and Russia. The U.S. is just the person in between to bridge the gap. That's all we are. So the fact that Zelensky is not there, that puts Trump in the world stage as a globalist, wanting to control the world, right? That's what he's doing. So he's actually suppressed Zelensky and is exerting his power in the world.
Hold on, 10, hold on. Of this man, no matter how he gets it done, gets peace in Ukraine with Russia, you libtards are going to find a reason to hate him anyway.
No, that's
You're going to find a reason. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. The point should be just peace. Get peace at all costs.
No.
Let me finish, bro. I know you get excited, but what I'm saying here is the end goal should be peace no matter how it's achieved. Okay, you want to do your tap? You got 30 seconds. I want to go to MGK.
Right. Let me just use something. So you don't get peace at all costs. You get peace in a way that is orderly, that both parties can agree on. That is how you do it. If one party has the power over the other, that is not peace. That is actually making that person, Russia, even more powerful. Thank you.
Well, let me say this, man, before I go to MGK. Like, he says what he says, I hate that he does that. But if America just says, we'll mind our business, we'll become isolationists, let Ukraine do what they need to do, guess what? Within the next year or two, there won't be no more Ukraine at all. And that's a fact. America should have a seat at that table. MGK, what's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going?
Going great. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a nice day.
Nice. I like your PTO, kid. Thanks. So, let me ask you a question. Does Donald Trump want to become a dictator?
Let's see. So I don't think Donald Trump wants... Well, look, I would say I'm uncertain if Donald Trump wants to become a dictator, but I lean towards no. But here's what I will do. I'll go back to Donald Trump's history, because I think the things that people are pointing out about Donald Trump and the evidence that he's a dictator, I think it could be better explained by his history, right? And what I mean by that, it's like, look, it's important to realize that Donald Trump has, let's see, look, he was a CEO, right? And he worked in real estate, right? I think both of those things are really important, right? The first one is like, look, he likes to embellish a lot, right? He likes to take credit for everything, right? And I think that kind of makes sense if you take his real estate career, because it's like, though he wasn't a real estate agent, right? Look, when you meet up with a real estate agent, they make every house seem like the best house since sliced bread, right? So I think that sort of points out his sort of, the reason why he tends to exaggerate a lot, right? Make a Pond Alliance seem like the best real estate in town that you can get, even though it's just barren, right? But also when it comes to his, the idea of being a dictator, it's like, if anything, I think he wants to run the executive branch like the CEO, which unfortunately you can't really do. Because look, if you're a CEO, you can be like, okay, I want to fire that guy, I want to shut down this department, I want to start this program, right? And you really can kind of, look, if you're the man in charge, you make the rules and you set the law. So I think with Donald Trump's history, he sort of has a tendency to want to do those things more than going through the constitutional process. And I think what that means is that there's times where he wants to sort of flex his power, or where he wants something done where his inclination is probably try to do it through the quickest means.
Well, MGK, let me ask you this question real quick.
Go for it.
And then I want to go to Max and Musty.
Okay.
Donald Trump said that any man that saves his country does not violate the law. What do you think about that statement?
Any man that saves his country doesn't violate the law. I get the sentiment, but I would probably I disagree with the statement, because clearly you could do a bunch of illegal things to try to save the country, and now you're asking if that's justified. It's like,
I don't think Donald Trump wants to be any form of penis or potato fusion. Dictators, right?
Hold on a second, musty guy. I don't even know what that fucking PTR is about. But give me a second. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna come to you. I promise.
That's what she said.
Guys. Okay. So for those of you who missed Roger Mayhem, let me make a public announcement real quick. Roger and I are going to start running rooms over on X. Everybody's invited. If you don't have X, download it and come have some good conversations with Roger Mayhem and myself. Max, how you doing, Max?
Oh, good. How's it going?
It's going well. And yourself?
Oh, good. I was just hoping for, Donald Trump to have, peace talks. We've spent like $185 billion for this near-peer, type of, adversary war, like Iran-Iraq war. And, Ukraine has one of the worst age demographics and has one of the world's worst birth rates. So I feel that as if, you wouldn't want it to go on after year for 8 to 10 years. It definitely should end by this year, absolutely. For humanitarian sake.
You think he's a dictator?
No, I don't think he's a dictator at all. He may have some qualities, but I don't know.
Thank you, Max. Musty. What's up, Musty? Musty? All right. Now he wants.
What up, bro?
What up? You tell me, what's the deal with this PTR?
Damn. 1995, man. Shit. That's crazy. So, this girl that I was dating at the time dared me. She thought I couldn't stack 3 things next to each other, so I had to prove her wrong.
Got you. So what do you think? Donald Trump wants to become a dictator?
Hold on. I gotta spit these sunflower seeds out. Showing that you can be actual.
Hello, everyone.
I doesn't want to be a dictator, though.
Say that again?
Who doesn't want to be a dictator?
I don't.
Yeah, I know. Presidents shouldn't want to be dictators. I kind of do.
Alright, well, I'm going to move it down because I don't like burping on my stage. Corporate, what's good, Corporate?
Thank you. That was really gross.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. DC is crazy right now, but
I love your PTR, by the way.
Thank you.
So what do you think? Does Donald Trump want to become a dictator?
Absolutely.
Really? What makes you say that?
Because they're not even abiding to constitutional laws or the law, period. They think that they're completely above the law. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits, and they're using our taxpayers' money for their own benefit, not for the people, not for Republicans or Democrats. So,
what are they using the money for?
So far, what I've seen is that they've taken a lot of our government funds from other agencies to fund government contracts for Elon.
Contracts were signed under Biden.
No. There were some new ones. Hold on, ma'am. I work in.
I'm right, and I know I'm right. So post your links.
Okay, so I don't know anything. I just work in government contracts. So I don't know anything either.
Where you work. I don't care where you
I don't give a fuck about what you have to say. It is what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mute you. We can have a back and forth. But the whole Cybertruck bullshit, that was signed under Biden.
I didn't say shit about Cybertruck. What I said was...
Well, that is what we're talking about.
Okay, but that's not what I was talking about. If you allow me to speak, I will be able... Anyway, like I was saying, there are different government contracts that are being used that have not even gone through the proper... That have not been going through the proper... Anyway,
in the last
government contracts.
No. Where in the last 3 weeks has Elon Musk been granted a government contract? Post the link.
All right, I'm going to bring her back up. Just give her a chance to say what she has to say.
Yes, but I'm not going to let her spew bullshit. If in the last 3 weeks a contract has been issued post the...
I'm going to say this. They literally have been making these government contracts going directly to Elon Musk. Okay?
That is the dumbest shit I've heard today.
I don't give a fuck.
Wait, corporate.
I'm telling you.
Corporate, I'm asking you.
For the government.
Let me ask you a question, corporate. What contracts are going directly to Elon?
Some of these that are gone to SpaceX.
Because the
government
can't do it?
What do you think Doge is doing right now?
What do you think they're doing?
Doge isn't even a real government agency. Elon has not been confirmed by anyone as a government employee.
Do you know how many government employees are not confirmed? Are you aware that most aren't?
What government people haven't been confirmed?
Most
what the fuck are you talking about?
Most government employees.
No, that's not true.
Oh, ma'am, it is. I hate
No, it's not true.
It is true.
We have to go through security clearances and all kinds of stuff.
That's not
what the fuck are you even talking about? Do you work for the government?
Ma'am,
you work for the government?
I will tell you what, you don't.
I do.
Corporate, let me ask you a question.
I do.
How do you hold on. Corporate, let me ask you. How do you feel about...
tell me about my job?
Hold on a second. Well, corporate, let me ask you. How do you feel about Donald Trump's about to fire 10,000 IRS workers?
I think it's with the mass firing. I don't agree with it. One, you can't just be firing people like that.
Wait, so corporate, why wasn't there an outrage with Citibank, with Boeing? Which again, Boeing had a government contract. They laid off 45,000 people following 9/11. Why is it a vitriol outrage when it only comes to people losing their jobs in Hollywood and in the federal government?
I can't speak for Boeing. Boeing is a contract.
No, but I can actually speak for that. I can actually speak for that. So,
but I thought we were talking about the federal government and the president. I can't speak for Boeing. That's a private entity.
Right. So they laid off 45,000 people following 9/11.
What was the reason?
45,000 people were laid off following 9/11.
That was the reason for them firing them?
I mean, what reason do you have to have? I mean, the private sector.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you, because I don't have
the
any
private
concept of
sectors.
what's going on.
But hold on, corporate. In the private sectors, did you have any more of a reason than the federal government, or vice versa?
I don't understand the correlation. What do you
mean? Because people have this misconception that federal employees are entitled to jobs, and they're not. They're not entitled to jobs anymore. Hold on. They're not entitled to jobs. They're not entitled to jobs any more than the private sector. Let's talk about the 90,000 layoffs that happened at IBM.
This is what we're dealing with. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
No, I do know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about entitled to jobs?
Listen,
what the fuck are you talking about? There are jobs within the federal government. What the fuck does that have to do with Boeing? Boeing is a federal contractor. They do business with the government. That's what they do.
People seem to have this misconception that just because they're employed, under our tax dollars, that they are guaranteed and a right to a fucking job, and they're not. Shout out to those federal employees that have to go into the private sector and compete the rest of us have to do over the last how many years.
Okay, I am a federal contractor.
I thought those.
They are not entitled. There are different.
Everybody, hold on a second.
There are different positions within the federal government.
Hold on a second, hon. Let me just say this. I don't know what's going on. Why everybody dog piles on corporate? Everybody on the stage right now, we're friends. Let's have a civil dialogue. She works for the government. Just hear her out.
She does.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I work for the government.
Jay.
I got the credentials to back it up.
Okay, let Jay finish finished
You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Jay wasn't even done talking. Go ahead, Jay.
Thank you, Adams. Let's move on. Corbett, I'll come back to you. I want to say hello to Matt P. What's up, Matt?
Jay, really quickly, I just want to say that nobody was trying to dogpile her. The sentiment and what frustrates people is the people that work in the federal government that feels that they have an entitlement towards a job differently than the rest of us in the private sector that contribute to this economy.
As a
That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying.
I don't know
There's no smoke.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. I'm going to have this discussion with him. I don't know that to be true. I do know that as a federal contractor that most of the jobs are contracting jobs.
Corporate.
Because one, they have not been doing a lot of the security clearances to fill a lot of these positions, and we do rely a lot on federal contractors.
You're correct. And again, one of my biggest points of contention, I don't
know that to be true.
Hold on. I don't like this whole, Elon Musk just going rogue and doing what he's doing. What I also don't like, hold on, we do agree on that point. But what I also don't like is the disingenuous of people saying that these federal employees that, number one, in large majority percentages came out of the private sector before they held their federal jobs, of saying that they do not have any options. They're faced with the same thing that we face with, Citibank, with Wells Fargo, with Boeing, with IBM, laying off hundreds of thousands of people. Shout out to the entertainment industry. People were crying on social media about how these cushy, non-essential actors, were losing opportunities in their space. So again, when federal employees have gained more benefits, have actually sustained more equity in terms of experiencing a certain type of given pathway towards monetary value that the rest of the public sector has not been able to experience towards the same type of protections, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let them come into the same, the same place as everybody else. I'm sorry. A lot of these people came from the private sector. A lot of these people came from the private sector before they went into these federal positions. We need to stop trying to say that our federal government has employed people with absolutely no skills to where they cannot re-pivot back into the same industries for which they came from.
Okay, I'm going to say
I don't disagree.
Everybody hold on. Hold on, Matt. He hasn't said anything yet. Matt, you there?
The world is not going to burn down. This country will be fine. We're just cutting a shitload of fat from 7 trillion. So let me repeat this: $7 trillion budget that was forced, that was shoved down our throat. Really, the Republican Party is just responsible. But 12 out of the past 8 years, 8 out of the past 12 years, we've been force-fed a $7 trillion budget. And guess what we're trying to do? Cut as much off as we can so this country can exist
Matt,
decades from now.
Maddie, no, don't go on mute. I want to have this conversation with you.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, bro. Certain segments of America, right? They have a problem with it because they feel he's not doing it legally. They feel he's skirting the laws. So, of course, they want him to wave that banner. What do you think?
So I've listened to the Young Turks, to Ben Shapiro on this all day today and yesterday to try to educate myself on it. We're going to find out when it gets to the Supreme Court. Nobody knows. He's not being he is actually respecting the courts right now. So right now he's respecting the courts. And what's going to happen is it's going to get to the Supreme Court. It's my understanding they work at the pleasure of the president, and they can fire these people at any time. Now, I'll land here. If you're overseeing a government, the executive part of the government, and you see wasteful spending, help me understand why you wouldn't want to cut that. Taking into consideration, we have a $7 trillion budget. I'll go mute.
So let me explain this for you guys. Although Elon has gotten some of these government contracts lawfully because of his now new role, he has expanded those contracts. When you do business with the government, there is a process in order to get those contracts. Everyone is supposed to have fair, open competition. That means that everyone is supposed to have a fair opportunity to bid for these contracts. These contracts have been more expanded to fund SpaceX and other of Elon's companies. This is not a lie. You can look this up. Every dollar
Please provide that.
spent, you can look it up.
No, I'm not, because this is
I don't
not
need
true.
you to challenge me.
I am going to challenge you every time you spout this. I absolutely
I'm not going to talk to a civilian that doesn't know what they're talking about, because I'm actually very ingrained, and I'm not going to say what agency I support, but...
Do you know how much bullshit you have spewed on this stage? A, do you know of the two agencies that have been produced in this country via executive order? Do you know that? The NSA, the EPA, by executive order, okay? And do you also know, yes, and you also know that most government employees are just hired. No, ma'am, they are not confirmed. That is for appointments. That is high level. Also, most government employees do not have security clearances. So I'm sorry, I am going to fact check you because you're spewing absolute bullshit. So if in the last 3 weeks, Elon has expanded his contracts with the government, in the last 3 weeks, I would like you to provide evidence. You said it. It's on you to prove it. I'm calling bullshit.
Thank you, El. I'm going to bring corporate back up. I'm not able to. Jordan, can you bring up corporate, please? Thank you.
Sorry, who is it? Corporate Barbie.
Adams, hold on a second. Let me come back to you for a second, because other people have been waiting for a while. Let me try to see. I can't bring her to this. She is.
I know it's a little hard to believe that someone of color, specifically black, is in a position to know what they're talking about.
With your bullshit.
That actually is an expert in this. That I would need to take any advice from a loudmouth woman who doesn't know what she's.
You fucking lie. Don't play the race card with me.
This is ridiculous.
All right, guys. Jay,
Let me run
race card shit.
Jay, I just wanted to offer up a citation as far as what she was saying. And again, Donald Trump did award Elon Musk a $38 million contract since he's been in office. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I get where we're coming from. You know, this is new territory for all of us, but let's have the honest conversation.
All right, so for me, I have no problems with Donald Trump giving Elon Musk a $38 million contract. Because whether Donald Trump was elected or Kamala Harris was elected, rest assured Elon Musk was going to get that contract.
Well, who is it competing with SpaceX? I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Boeing.
Right. I mean, we're using. No, but listen, Boeing already couldn't do the job, and that's why Biden issued contracts with SpaceX. That's why we went there. This was under Biden. And if it's been expanded and renewed, it's because they get the job done.
And El, respectfully, I hear where you're coming from. And again, we're all on the same side here. I voted for Donald Trump. I've been one of the most active, people on this app advocating for Donald Trump. Let me just land very quickly. What I'm saying is, El, there is an issue here. There is a conflict of interest. That is all we're saying. There are Republicans saying the same thing. There are Democrats voicing their grievances. Let's just try to acknowledge that two things can be true at the same time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Can I jump in my room, please?
Sorry, Jay.
Thank you, because I'm starting to get frustrated. I'm going to start moving people. This is not the dialogue we have. The president cannot do business when he's president. We all know that. But other people can. And like El said, who's the competition? Boeing? I'm sure Boeing's going to get plenty of money from the U.S. government. They've gotten trillions already. But I'd like to get Bianca, Umar, and Maiden in the conversation. How you doing, Bianca?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to come up and say that I agree with JB when you said that everyone is pounding down on poor corporate Barbie. And I've just been listening for quite some time, and I am noticing that, they're very, very disrespectful to your stage, and you may have to take control by giving everybody 90 seconds or something to that effect and 30 seconds to respond, because they're just getting totally out of control, disrespecting your stage.
Thank you.
Yes, and another thing, as far as the title, does Donald Trump want to become a dictator? I'll say 60-40. And in some retrospect, he does, but I just love Donald because he does a lot of good things as well. So I don't want to even think that he wants to do that. I just want to give him the benefit of the
Well,
doubt.
let me ask you, Bianca, where in H-Town are you? Because I'm moving to the Woodlands.
Uptown.
Oh, nice part. All right. I'm moving there. Matt's already there. H-Town is probably by June. I'll be down in the Woodlands.
You're going to love it.
I love it already. I've been there a million times.
Oh,
But
okay.
hang out for a while, Bianca, because I'm going to go to Umar and then Dr. Jordan. Umar, how you doing, man? Long time no speak. Hope everything's well with you and your family.
Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Man, you got a radio voice, okay?
I appreciate it. Yeah, I can't answer the question, unfortunately, because I do work here in D.C. since 2015. But I do serve my president. No matter what administration, I've been here for 4 administrations, so all of them I serve equally, and there's no beef there.
Well, Umar, let me ask you a question respectfully, and I wanted to talk to you earlier before the room built up, because you and I have had some amazing dialogue.
Sure.
It's just your personal opinion as a civilian. I'm not asking you what your job in the government is. Do you feel Donald Trump is a racist? I'm trying to be delicate with the words.
Donald Trump, I think that he is, because of the United States, we gotta really praise our country. It prevents him from bringing whatever biases he has in that office. Just like me, I have a lot of biases, especially wanting to see the black race, accomplish the greatness that they should be able to accomplish. As a black person who claims to be a black nationalist, I love my people. I leave that when I walk through the office doors, and I think Donald Trump does that pretty good from when the cameras are on him. I don't know what he does when the cameras is off of him, so that's about all I can say.
Bro, that was the best political answer I've ever heard. I really appreciate you, Umar. Seriously. Let me say hello to Maiden.
Can I just say something briefly?
Sure, of course.
Yeah, no problem. What I was going to say is that although we're noticing our housing market kind of crashing out here because of some of these cuts. I don't know if you guys know that housing value has dropped $100,000 in the DC area, and on average, that is pretty significant. We don't know what's going to happen to the property values that we have for our property right now because of these layoffs, and it's kind of scary because we've enjoyed great housing market in this area for quite a long time. That's just a personal perspective that you guys are not going to see on the news, but we're just letting you guys know.
Let me piggyback off that. You don't have to even mute up. I want to ask you a question. But weren't housing values in DC through the roof, like obnoxiously high before all this happened?
Yeah, it's true. It's like, but you're from New York, so I know you understand. Like, that's the whole point. We want to be able to feed our kids with that equity. You know what I mean? So I'm sure it'll correct and it'll come back, but nobody wants to see that loss, like, just in a couple of months. You get where I'm coming from, JB?
Absolutely, bro. I understand. Listen, I feel bad for these people that got laid off, but I understand why they got laid off.
Yeah. So I want to land on this last point. I don't think the issue we're focusing on Donald Trump. I would like to focus a lot of attention on Elon Musk and his recent decision to lay off 300 employees who keep our nuclear facilities safe. I think that crosses the line for me. Elon Musk.
But didn't they bring him back, Umar?
Well, that's the problem, JB. Because they're cleared at an extremely high level. They're having problems locating them. And that might be a joke, but that's true. They don't know where these people are because they're layered under different classification levels because they don't want anyone to know or compromise our nuclear staff. The fact that he did it has exposed them And this is the problem because we have to protect our nukes by all necessary. I don't know who made that decision. It may have been one of the 27-year-olds he has at a computer, but that one right there crosses the line for me.
And what that shows is that they just firing anyone. They're not doing anything with any precision. Like, how do you accidentally fire those 300 people? That's so important. It shows they don't know what they don't know what they're doing. It's clear that they can't know what they're doing.
Elon Musk did say he was going to make mistakes and things like that, and he wanted us to give him grace, and I respect that. But when he made that decision, it shows that there's nothing I can do to really trust this man again, because that's too dangerous for us.
Umar, let me ask you this follow-up question, because to me, you work for the government, you're in D.C., so you're kind of like an insider, right? How much power, how much sway does Elon have over Trump, do you believe?
I won't be able to answer that one, but I'll land. But thank you for even asking the question. I appreciate it, but I can't answer it. I'm sorry.
I totally respect it, man, and I wish you and your family nothing but the best. You're a good dude. Let me go to Maiden, then Anthony. Maiden, are you there? Maiden? Martin? Nope. Anthony Edwards. What's up, man?
What's a guan, rude boy?
How you doing?
I'm chilling, JB. Yo, JB, you going to Houston, bro?
I am. Going to Houston, leaving Brooklyn, baby.
That's what's up, man. My pop stays in Sugar Land, so...
I like Sugar Land. I've been all over that city.
I'm actually in Sugar Land right now. Oh, what's up, John? I hope all is well with you and yours, brother.
Yeah, man. This is
no doubt, man. That's a crazy, hilarious PTR you got going on there. Pure comedy.
Keeping it real.
So let's get back to the conversation, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you, the titles to the room is one, and the second thing, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Mr. Umar. How much sway, power does Elon have over Donald?
All right, so does Trump want to become a dictator? Absolutely not, all right? This is a 78-year-old man. He does not want to be a dictator. This is, like, people being scared of the 78-year-old dictator is pure unmitigated comedy. Like, this is, you can't make this shit up, dog. This is like, this is the kings of comedy all over again. So, that's the answer to the first question. The sway Elon has over Trump. I think that, like, JB, we are from New York. We understand. Like, we could, listen to an advisor, but ultimately we make up our minds. We make up our minds ourselves. We make our own decisions. We're not followers.
Let me ask you a question. I heard this in another debate yesterday, and it kind of resonated with me, and people, you can disagree with me. Somebody said Donald Trump's like a mafia godfather, and Elon Musk is his underboss. What do you think about that?
That sounds fairly accurate. Right now, I think that would be really, really accurate. But at the same time, we know the Godfather is making the decision. The underboss can make recommendations, and a lot of times they're gonna, be in sync. But to act like Elon Musk fired the people in charge of the nukes or whatever, man, I think we're overstating stuff, man. And I'm not laying that at his door. And I don't even know what's being talked about. So I'm gonna do some research on this. But it's like Trump derangement syndrome. It has become Elon derangement syndrome. You got people refusing to buy Teslas, selling their Teslas and donating it to charity. You have people like...
Well, Anthony, let me say this. Elon has recommended and Trump has agreed to fire up to 10,000 IRS workers right before tax season. What do you think about that?
Listen, JB, I want you to understand something. Fraud, waste, abuse. Okay, fraud. No, I don't. Kim, I already said that I don't think he should have released all the January 6th guys. I think there's some people that belong in jail. I already said that, Hakima, so don't even put that bag on me.
I agree with Anthony. He did say that.
I heard that basically anything. Just about
basically, yeah. Now you're gonna come with with a BS qualifier. Don't do me like that.
But Anthony, to be fair, brother, you did say you're not calling him a dictator, but you are calling him a godfather. Just saying.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. Unlike a lot of people, I'm not scared of Trump. I think we had a binary choice, 0 or 1, and we took the best choice that we had. And clearly the vast majority of the American people agree with me.
Like someone told the other room.
Like we see who the 0 was. We see who the 0 was, man. Akima, listen, we're all parents on this app. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us are parents on this app. And Akima, I don't want my kids, I don't want my future grandkids to pay this debt. I want us to stand up and recognize that something needs to be done about this debt. We can't just keep kicking the can down the road forever.
Honestly, what debt is he really clearing up, though? Honestly, I heard hundreds of millions of dollars. I've heard hundreds of millions of what he called waste, but I haven't saw any fraud. Not no fraud at all. Because the reason why, let me tell you why though. Because if there's fraud, people should be getting arrested. Man, I don't want to hear anything about fraud if there are no arrests behind particular people.
Hakima, how long has Trump been in office, man? This is like, I know you've never seen a president move this fast in your life. I know that. But just get the handcuffs are coming.
Most of them govern. They get bills paid. They don't just come in with executive orders. That's why they don't move this fast.
Okay, cool.
This is unprecedented. Literally.
So here's what's up, dog. Trump is doing what he needs to do, and like I was saying, it's funny. You'll never address the heart of what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is how much of our money goes just towards the interest for the national debt. We have to address it.
$1 trillion.
And money.
$1 trillion.
This desperately needs to be addressed.
But he's not in
Hakima, what are you talking, Hakima? This is misinformation. This is what you're doing is fake news.
What are trillions at? Honestly, we get hundreds of millions, maybe $1 billion. That's not it. That's nothing.
Okay.
That's
all right. So Elon Musk says that they are on track. He has not shown how yet, but he says they are. All right.
Hakima, let him land, bro.
I'm just sparring with him. I'm just picking one. But I'll be quiet though, JB. I'm just picking.
Yeah, so Hakima, right now, based on what Elon Musk, and I'm going to take him at his word, and I'm sure he's going to substantiate it with data. He says we're on track to save $1 billion a day. That's over $365 billion, and he's looking to do 4 times that. Now, if conceptually, bro, if there's so much fraud, waste, and abuse in this system, and we could reduce the size of government dramatically and keep the same levels of services, who would argue with that? Who would find fault with that? Akima, I'm going to land with this. The Federal Reserve, over the last few months, they cut the interest rate twice. You know what happened to mortgage rates? They went up. Mortgage rates actually went up. And the reason being is U.S. debt is not popular right now. There's a bunch of countries dumping it because we spend so much just on interest payments alone. They're not super confident in the long-term prospects. So, Hakima, we have to do something. I don't want to see this country turn into a third world nation.
Let me jump in here real quick. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Hakima. We'll do a quick room reset. Guys, this is Healthy Debates. Does Donald Trump want to become a dictator? How much sway does Elon Musk have over the president? How much power? So, guys, if you have a pink ticket, cash it in. Rodney, Kirill, Cindy, Sky, cash in your tickets, man. You win tonight's raffle prize, which is front row seats to the celebrity boxing match. Hakima versus Anthony is the undercard. John, how you doing,
That's
John?
the main event, Adam. Don't sell it short.
I'm not Adams. I'm better looking. What's up, John?
What's up, JB?
According to who? No, I'm kidding.
Steve, I got you, Steve. I'm going to come to you. Go ahead, John. Your bike is yours.
Yes, sir. JB, how you doing, bro?
Doing fantastic. And yourself?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. I'm
So
doing
what do you
good.
think?
Trump is
Do you think does Donald Trump want to become a dictator? How much sway does Elon have over?
I think Donald Trump does want to be a dictator because anyone who reaches the level of billionaire, nothing is enough for them. So yeah, can he? Has he shown me any signs that he's going through the legal apparatus to increase his power? No. But hypothetically, if he was a dictator, his life would be easier. So hypothetically, yeah, he'd like to. And the thing is that most branches of government want to increase their power, but you have all three of them. So my only thing with the conversation is that there's a difference between what people want and what's actually possible, and that's why the government's set up that way. Every single branch of government does things to try to increase its influence, but because of the way the system works, they all balance each other out. To answer the Elon Musk question, I think that the Elon Musk derangement syndrome is so much more it's so much more unreasonable than Trump derangement syndrome. At least with Trump derangement syndrome, I can empathize with it, but the Elon derangement syndrome, they don't even know actually what they're talking about. And what they're actually complaining about is things that presidential administrations do all the time, but because it's Donald Trump, the media is making standard operating procedure seem like something that's foreign. Most Americans had no idea who Joe Biden's cabinet appointments were. Every single administration has appointments, and every single administration follows the advice of their advisors. Everyone with a working brain knows Joe Biden was not running the country. He couldn't even read a speech for the State of the Union last year. No one on the other side was like, who's running the country? His cabinet was running the country. That's what it is. We don't live in a dictatorship.
So John,
yeah.
Just that you don't have to even mute up, but I'm going to make two quick statements. First statement is, we got here because of who was here before Trump, right? We got here. And the things they were doing, they don't work. They had to change. Donald Trump wants to change the system, and I'm not a Donald Trump fan, nor did I vote for him. Everybody knows that. I could PTR my vote. I voted for Kamala. But it wasn't working, bro. It hasn't been working for decades. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer, and there's just too much pork in government. That's one thing. The second thing is, with this whole Elon, derangement syndrome, he can't fire anybody. He doesn't have that authority. He can make recommendations. It's up to the president to go through with them. That's all I wanted to say, John.
Well, Jake,
and this is the last thing. This is the last thing I'm going to say.
Hold on, real quick, and you can go right after me. But I also want to know if these same people had any issues, and I don't recall anybody saying a word about appointments that Obama made that were not confirmed. And I'm talking all of the various czars, and I could go list the names of them, and they had a lot of influence. So if you didn't have a problem with that, you probably should pipe down.
Okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to say. We live in a constitutional republic. This is where the Elon derangement syndrome doesn't make sense. Trump using his appointments, it doesn't matter who the appointment is. It could be Jesus Christ or Satan himself. It's going to be criticized and demonized. By the fact that Trump is working through his cabinet through the rules of a representative republic, we live in a constitutional republic. It's actually, you guys are criticizing him for not being a dictator. The world is criticizing Donald Trump for not being a dictator because every single appointment that he makes, and when he follows the rules of just making appointments, they just criticize it.
All right, let me say this, John. Thank you. Somebody brought up earlier that Elon Musk, the richest man in the history of this planet, just got a contract for $38 million. Bro, $38 million is his pocket change. That's one thing. The second thing is, he's a businessman. He should be entitled to still do business. Where's the smoke for Hunter Biden getting contracts and that dude's a crackhead? Makes no sense to me.
100% agree, Jay. 100% agree. But again, it is pocket change. It's change found between Elon's couch cushions, 100%. But nonetheless, it's the intent and the deep-seated conflict of interest that I think is more alarming.
Listen. I have a problem with the I have a problem. I think there might be some conflict. It may look like conflict of interest, but like I said earlier, Moose, if Kamala won, he's still getting that contract. There's nobody else against him. Hold on, Moose, because I want to get Steve in the conversation. Respectfully, I'll come back to you. Steve, how you doing, man?
Hey, good. How's it going, man?
It's going good. So Steve, I'm not trying to adopt you, but you're a politician. So maybe you guys give us some insight to how politicians think. Do you think Donald Trump wants to be a dictator?
Well, I think from what I can see of Donald Trump and what I know out of politicians, Donald Trump's a unique animal in that sphere. And I don't think he really wants to be a dictator. I think he runs things like within the bounds of what he can get away with, like he would a corporation. I think he's more like a corporate CEO, and the stuff with Elon being some patsy, or Donald Trump being a patsy to Elon Musk, or no. What Trump is, he's a guy, he's a typical CEO. He's distributing out people to do the little dirty work that he needs done. Elon Musk is a nerdy numbers guy, and that's what Trump's looking for. So Trump's just sending him out there saying, go find me stuff, Elon, and tell me what you found.
Yeah, but Stevie, but Stevie, hold on a second. Don't even mute up. But let me ask you this. You know, people are upset and worried about, maybe rightfully so, about them firing these 300 people who pretend to nuclear weapons in the country. And they're about to fire 10,000 people that work for the IRS right before tax season. How's that benefiting anybody?
Well, that's one thing right there, right? If anything, doing things with speed to get things under control is one thing, but you want to make sure that you do them in a practical way, and that could be the Achilles heel of this whole operation that they're running right now, is that the systems may be too complex for them to understand all the intricacies of the system, and they're taking a butcher knife to something that maybe should have a scalpel taken to it until they got a better understanding of what's going on. Now, I will say one thing that people need to understand, and I'm sure this extrapolates up because I have contacts with congressional offices and state legislators, and in fact, one of my best friends was the Speaker of the House in the state I live in for a while. So I've seen these guys up close, and one thing people need to understand, politicians a lot of times are not driven by what's inherently good or right for a given situation. And I'll give you an example, and not to take up too much time. We was in a meeting about a project that was going to be substantial for where I live. Nationally or internationally, it'd be pocket change, but for us, it was substantial. The details of what was going down, not everyone, probably 80% of the people that had any authority in the meeting knew the details, and it was disconcerting. And these people was just blown right by it, creating a financial situation that was going to be devastating. And the motivation wasn't whether this was a good decision or not. It was so I can get my picture in the paper, cutting a ribbon on a project, the consequences, financial, and everything else that went with it, be damned, as long as I get to show up and say I'm doing something, whether it's right, wrong, or in between. And this was going on, and I had to finally stand up because I was one of the people that had to vote to give final authority to this project. And I told him, I said, no. I said, you don't understand what you're doing here. And when I told him, basically, you're not playing with monopoly money, and your decisions aren't going to be inconsequential. It's like I killed Santa Claus. Now, This kind of stuff is where you get these kind of problems. Is when people don't approach problems in a way that make financial sense. And when you reel them into reality, a lot of times they don't like it because it doesn't fit their agenda.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you. Let me say hello to my friend Euro. Euro, how you doing, man?
Hi there. Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So 2 questions for you, Euro. Does Donald Trump want to become a dictator? And how much sway does Elon Musk have over the president?
Well, I'm glad you asked to start off with some easy questions. Does he want to be a dictator? I think that to some extent he's a very big fan of a very strong executive. And, he takes a sort of Nixonian type of view of the executive. So I guess some people would call that dictatorial-like, if nothing else. But sometimes you can have beneficial dictators. Like look at all the great works done by Augustus, for instance. Or you could even say by Julius Caesar, right? And what was the second question?
How much power / sway does Elon have over the president?
It's really a good question, but it would appear to be fairly substantial. I mean, if you just look at the body language and the recent appearance of Musk at the Oval Office with his son, you could read a lot into that. And then if you just been following the news over the last few weeks or months, it suggests that he has a lot of power and influence, and just the way that Doge has been able to implement sweeping actions and reforms, many of which appear at least to be linked to personal grievances that Musk has.
Well, let me ask you a follow-up question, Euro.
Yeah.
It was announced today that they're going to lay off up to 10,000 IRS workers.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that right before tax season?
Well, I think that's insane. Like, what would be the purpose of it? If the purpose is efficiency and saving money, it has the opposite effect. I mean, there's been studies after studies that show that they actually bring in more revenue than they cost, by far. So it actually decreases, governmental revenues. So it doesn't really serve any purpose except to help people that are involved in tax avoidance to get away with it more. And it particularly hurts, it adversely affects, middle income and low income earners.
Thank you.
Because they get subject to more tax checks because of that, and it allows big tax cheats to get away with it. So it doesn't really serve any. I can't see how it serves any beneficial purpose.
Thank you, my friend. I'm gonna go to Rob Will. What's up, Robbie?
Man, it's been a long day, and I blame you, Jay.
You and my ex-wife.
Man, listen. I said I'm not talking about the federal government, but here I go. To answer the question, which is going to lead me up to the answer, the overall question, Father Drew, the reason that bill passed bipartisanly, right, is because the government, both branches, recognize that the federal government needs money. And the primary way that they get that money is via income taxes, right? And so they spread out hiring 85 or 87,000 workers over 10 years, right? And they're hiring 10 10% per year. That's not enforcement agents necessarily with guns knocking on folks' doors. Although there is an enforcement unit, there is a criminal investigations unit, things of that nature. A lot of those are customer service representatives and auditors and revenue officers and revenue agents and things like that. Because there are attrition rates. People are retiring. People are taking the buyout packages. People are not hiring, applying, and things like that nature. This is the primary method by which the federal government gets money. And if we as a society want to have the conversation about the spending and the getting of the money of this country and how that's achieved, that's a great civil discourse. Firing 15,000, which I predicted, firing this amount of folks will make an already beleaguered department further fucked up. That's just the short of the answer, right? Does Donald Trump want to be a dictator? The answer to that is looked at as an example of what's going on in the federal government now. I don't necessarily think he wants to be a dictator because I don't think he knows what a dictator is. But he wants a legacy, and he wants to cement himself in history. And a lot of that is being achieved now by shrinking federal government. And they don't really have a nice way to go about it. You know, Elon's doing what he did at Twitter and other companies, emailing folks, hey, you're fired, or Donald or fucking announcing on Twitter, you know, that person's out of a job, you know. And this is what they aim to achieve, which the ethos of Doge isn't necessarily bad, right? But as Steve just mentioned, and he alluded to, the problem with government is that you give them, well, let me phrase. The problem with, and I'll be with you for maybe another minute. The problem with Congress is that, you've heard me say it before, Jay, they're feckless, they're spineless, they're dickless, they're yellow-bellied. They have, like, the only thing they care about is being reelected. That's it, that's all. It's been like that since the fucking Continental Congress. They are inept. And with that being said, they care about being reelected. Whatever gets them there is what they care about, which is why we have Bridges to Nowhere and studies about fucking groundhogs and moles and beavers and all the kind of shit that has some tangential
Rob, let me ask you a question.
Purpose, but no real purpose.
Let me ask you a question, Robbie. Should there be term limits on congressmen and senators as well as Supreme Court justices?
I don't necessarily think so with Supreme Court justices. I don't know I don't have an opinion about congressmen, right? To some extent, that term limits someone could argue, I could get a lawyer to argue that term limits on Congress members is directly impeding the will of the people, the freedom of the people to choose who they want to elect them, right? There could be an argument made for that. But then again, Jay, we've got 86-year-old, I think that Collins not showing up to work because she's in the fucking hospital. Mitch McConnell's practically a walking fucking dead zombie, literally. Pelosi, you know, barely knows what fucking day it is despite dyeing her hair, and a number of older people. I don't dismiss their wisdom and legacy of the institutions in which they serve. However, it is a good idea to have younger blood in. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be astonished when Kennedy or Obama wants to run because they're fucking 45. Like, it should be that way.
Well, listen, I'm a big proponent. I got you, Jordan. Big proponent of term limits for senators and congressmen. Nancy Pelosi, who has enriched herself beyond her wildest dreams with insider trading, moves that if I made, Umar made, Anthony made, any of us made, Bianca made, we wouldn't be in jail, we'd be under the jail. And I get it, it's legal. Wait, let me finish. It's legal. I get it's legal. Right? So is Elon Musk getting a $38 million contract from the U.S. government as he's a consultant to the president. You see the hypocrisy there?
I'm not dismissing it. I'm just saying they made the rules, and forgive me, you guys, I got a baby. They made the rules by which they played, which is why that Stock Act or whatever the fuck it was called didn't pass. Because why would I impose a limit on myself? Like, listen, Congress members have been and always will be feckless, spineless, dickless, yellow-bellied pricks who only want to get reelected and want to get fucking rich. And that's what they will do. I mean, I'm not. No one who knows history is surprised by this. Nobody. This is what they do, Jim.
Thank you, Robbie. Appreciate it. Jordan, you wanted to jump in?
Yeah, Rod can thank me for all those ideas because I said them actually before he came in the room. Not all of them, but the point is, yes. Again, there's a transactional nature to the person who wants to be
there's a transactional nature to the pathologically ambitious person, right? And these people aren't like sitting there studying the strongman persona, but it's instinctive for them. So they want to curb anything and eliminate anything that challenges their power. So it's not like there's this master plan. Now, some people may aid in helping build a master plan, but the strongman just has an innate knack for helping himself or herself rise and eliminate. I mean, this has been going on before we were literate creatures, right? Like, this is just an instinctive nature for those kinds of people. So it's not like when people say he's taking it's kind of a farce, or it's kind of a misnomer when they say he's taking something out of the dictator playbook. No, it comes naturally to him. So, for better or worse, right? So I think you have to honor that this is kind of an instinctive nature. It's the same with the mob boss. I was actually just talking to someone, I can't mention names, but who was friendly with John Gotti, and the mob boss is, they have this, and they just have this instinctive nature that allows them to climb rank. They don't learn it at a Harvard MBA program. It's in their core, so you have to consider that. And lastly, it's just very transactional. And Musk knows what power or what influence Donald Trump has over his quote-unquote empire. So he's been very generous with gifts, and as a result, he's been quite a grifter, which is kind of fascinating.
Thank you, Jordan. So before we continue, guys.
Hey Jay, I wanted to say, Jordan, I missed the earlier, but thanks for the ideas. And to Jay, to answer your question very briefly, yes, Elon has immense influence over Donald Trump. He fulfills a vacuum that Ivanka left, ironically. And with that being said, Father Drew, drop in the chat. You mentioned about they address his conflicts of interest. He's cutting government. He's accessing IRS records, but he's not doing anything in his fucking contracts. So if it's not conflict of interest, it's definitely fucking corruption. Even if it's legal, it's not lawful. But if you could drop that link in the chat, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob. So let me just say this before I go to Eric. So, hold on, Moose. I got you. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, myself and Roger Mayhem are going to be hosting the room. So if you guys want to hang out with Roger, that's where he'll be. But
Drop the link, Jay. Drop the link.
Well, we haven't set up the room yet, but we're going to be on it. Eric, before I go to you, I promise Moose you can go next. Go ahead, Moose.
Thank you, Jay. Good to keep it short. Yeah, Jordan, I agree with what Jordan was just saying. It is a page out of the Dictator book, and also there's actually kind of tongue-in-cheek documentaries both about how to become a dictator and how to become a mob boss on Netflix. I highly recommend. Very entertaining. Jay, you know this, right? You probably remember back in the day when Trump was making his name in real estate in Jersey, New York. Who was the mob boss? John Gotti, who was running all the construction, all of that. Like the amount of real estate that Trump was developing, there is no way in hell that he wasn't doing business with John Gotti, which is where he learned how to be the businessman and leader he is today. Hey.
And to add to Moose's point, not to forget his mobbed-up lawyer, Roy Cohn, and the fact that when he tore down Bonwit Teller on Fifth Ave to build Trump Tower, he's the only guy, the only fucking developer to keep cement being poured by a mobbed-up union when everybody else in the city would not pay the mob to get that fucking cement, but down to the Trump...
Hey, so let me jump in here real quick before I go to Steve. And Corporate Barbie's back on stage. Eric, I got you. Before I go to Eric, I meant. So, if you guys think that the mob don't control concrete in New York still, then I got a bridge for sale. Eric, how you doing?
Hey Jay, what's going on, man? It's good to hear that Roger will be smart. Did you say Chatter?
No, Twitter. X,
Twitter.
Whatever they call it. Yes.
Twitter Spaces. Can you run back that date again?
Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh shit, yeah, I'll be there, man. Hey, look, man, I want to push back on what Jordan said. I don't think you can really put grifter and Elon Musk in the same name. That's not the definition of grifting. He's making big fucking moves, so I just want to be real about that. Who knows exactly what they're doing, but it's no grift. That's real shit that's going down. And as far as Donald Trump being a dictator, I mean, I think, yeah, of course, I think Donald Trump, I will agree with what Jordan says there. I think it's instinctual for him and people like him. I think at this point, Donald Trump is very aware of legacy, and he wants to leave a legacy. And I think that, I don't think Donald Trump understands civics very well, and I think that's pretty obvious, and I don't think he really cares about that. I don't even think he cares about the Constitution all that much. But what I do know that he cares about is prosperity, and he cares about America. So I think he cares about American prosperity, and I think that that's what he wants his legacy to be. And I think that's what he's working on doing. I think he's also a builder, and I think that part of the reason that, I could actually imagine if I was a fly on the wall with Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and I imagine you could hear some sort of conversation like this from Elon Musk. Oh, sir, we want to build the best electric vehicle infrastructure on the planet. We want to be able to run commercial vehicles, delivery vehicles, EVs, taxis, everything. And then I think Trump says, okay, we'll slow your roll. Our debt is completely fucked. And I think Elon Musk knows that as well. So I think first things first, you have to handle the purse. And then next, I think that Donald Trump really does want to do something to cement his legacy with something being built, like actual infrastructure in this country. So that's my opinion. I hope that they do a good. Donald Trump is probably a very bad person deep down to his core, but I hope that they can get something done for the country that's good.
Please don't scroll.
I'm just trying.
Thank you. I think we should all be rooting for him. He's our president. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, Libertarian.
That's why I can't stand these people like constantly just they're so obsessed with like the negative and trying to catch him in something. It's like, why don't you just root for the country? The dude's the president now. Buck up.
Let me say this, Eric, and I said it before and I'll say it again. In my opinion, Donald John Trump was at best in his last term a mediocre president. Mediocre, and I'm being generous. I think Donald Trump is ego-driven, and his legacy is important to him. I do believe he's going to do a good job this time because he doesn't want to go down in history as another failure like Joe Biden. But let me welcome Corporate Barbie back to the stage. Corporate, welcome back to the stage. Corporate, are you there?
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you for your patience. Thank you for coming back up. So you've been listening to the conversation. What do you think? And please, nobody interrupts her.
As far as what, the IRS situation?
Any part of the conversation. IRS, is Trump a dictator? Elon Musk, how much power does he have over the president?
I don't know how much power he has over the president. I just feel like he's doing a lot of unlawful things. It is a very scary situation. There are a lot of federal laws that are being broken, and I can speak on firsthand because I'm actually trained to read and interpret the federal acquisition regulation, which is the law book for the federal government. So I know a lot of this better than anyone. I will say that a lot of things are very misconstrued and a lot of things are being misinterpreted about government spending. Every dollar that is being spent with our tax money, you can actually look it up because it is public information. I feel like Americans should have more of a concern about our privacy being compromised with this new administration and all the federal laws that are being broken. I go by the book.
It's like you throw the dice. You're like, what am I today? I don't know. I'm a lampshade. I'm a curtain. I'm a small child.
Life is like a salad. Some people know how to make a good chopped salad, and some people are incompetent, dumb motherfuckers that make shitty, terrible salads.
Oh my God, say salads again. She put a pickle in her sprinkle when you said salad.
Do you think that everything is God? All is God?
If I was a non-dualist Sufi, I guess I would think that. I would think God behind, alongside, and in front of everything. Now, wouldn't you believe the same thing? That if you took enough LSD, you'd see God in an ashtray. What's wrong with that?
What's the difference between duality and non-duality?
Duality means you think you're separate from the universe. You think you are in relationship to an object that is the universe. And non-duality would be like that everything is one.
So what you say? So what you're saying is that Moses, Muhammad, and Jesus were just powerful warlord magicians?
Exactly. They were putting forth the imaginatory duality relationship of the one and the other, which was kind of black magic.
So what you're saying is you're a nigger. I meant a black brother. In the abyss with Corazon. Without the engine, arrow, and bow, this engine is thy body, pressed by thee and used by thee for thy work, yet not part of thee. Even so are his weapons to this archer in my similitude. Thus is thy dragon. Without the engine, arrow, and bow, this engine is thy body. The bull, the power of working, guided by thy liberty, the man, the wit to adapt, and action to environment. These are three virtues in one, necessary to all proper motion, as I may say in a figure. The bull, the power of working. Such are black brothers that cry, I am I. They that deny love, restricting it to their own nature.